Welcome to today's news discussion. I'm Sarah, and joining me is Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. Let's dive into the stories making headlines today.
A prison riot in Sri Lanka has resulted in significant casualties. The Nagomo prison saw clashes between rival inmate gangs, leaving 25 people dead and over 100 injured. The reporting indicates that 4 of the deceased were guards.
That's a staggering number of casualties. What were the circumstances surrounding the riot?
According to the reports, the clashes began between more permanent convicted prisoners and those under temporary detention. The exact trigger isn't clear, but it appears to be related to tensions between these groups.
And were there any specific security measures in place at the time of the riot?
The articles mention that the prison was overcrowded, which likely contributed to the tensions. The fact that it involved rival drug gangs suggests there were underlying issues that escalated into violence.
So the overcrowding and gang tensions were significant factors. Have there been any official responses to this incident?
The reports indicate a major security response was prompted by the clashes, but specific details about long-term measures to address the overcrowding or gang violence aren't clear from the articles.
Shifting gears, a wildfire in southwestern France has forced a significant evacuation. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, a wildfire burning out of control near the Spanish border has led to the evacuation of around 10,000 people from 24 small towns and villages. The fire has scorched approximately 4,600 hectares.
That sounds like a massive operation. What are the conditions like for the firefighters battling the blaze?
The reporting highlights that strong winds on Monday were expected to further fan the flames, making the situation more challenging for firefighters.
And have there been any updates on the containment or spread of the fire?
The articles mention that the fire is still burning out of control, with conditions deteriorating again due to the winds. Local prefect Pierre Renault de Lamotte noted the worsening conditions.
This wildfire in France is part of a larger pattern, isn't it? Wildfires are affecting multiple countries in southern Europe.
Exactly. Wildfires are raging across Portugal, Spain, and Greece. Hundreds of firefighters are battling these blazes, which have devastated over 19,000 hectares of land.
That's an enormous area affected. Are there any specific concerns mentioned in the reporting regarding these wildfires?
Greek authorities have warned about toxic smoke, and there's a broader context of a recent heat wave in June that led to thousands of excess deaths. The World Weather Attribution Group linked this heat wave to climate change.
So there's a connection being made between these extreme weather events and broader climate issues.
Yes, the reporting suggests that the heat wave, which would have been virtually impossible without climate change, has contributed to the conditions leading to these wildfires.
Let's move to a different story. There's a health alert in New York City. Can you explain what's happening?
Health officials have issued a warning due to a cluster of Legionnaire's disease cases on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. There have been 14 reported cases across 3 zip codes.
What are the symptoms and risks associated with Legionnaire's disease?
Symptoms typically appear 2 to 10 days after exposure and can include coughing, muscle aches, and high fever. The disease is serious and requires prompt medical attention.
And are there any specific actions being taken by health officials to address this outbreak?
The reporting indicates that officials are tracking the outbreak and likely investigating the source of the contamination, though specific actions aren't detailed in the articles.
A tragic incident in Ohio has made headlines. Can you walk me through what happened?
A police officer responding to a 911 call about gunshots at a home in Rittman, Ohio, was fatally shot. The suspect and 2 other individuals also died. 2 other officers and a police dog were injured.
That's a very sad situation. What are the details surrounding the incident?
The incident prompted a large law enforcement response and the lockdown of part of the community. The Wayne County Sheriff, Tom Ballinger, provided some details to reporters.
And are there any indications of what might have led to this violent confrontation?
The articles don't provide a clear motive or specific details about the events leading up to the shooting. The focus is on the immediate consequences and the response by law enforcement.
As we wrap up today's discussion, it's clear that these stories cover a wide range of critical issues, from violence and health crises to environmental disasters.
That's right. Each of these stories highlights significant challenges and the need for continued attention and response from authorities and communities. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us.
Goodbye.